Okay, Dan, let us in.
All right, here's your new badminton center. There you go. Open the door.
But that's an error noise.
Invalid pin.
But it worked.
In you go. It's a great start.
Are there problems with the other stuff?
Yeah, probably.
All right, the haters might get something out of this. And they're gonna get the Segue to our sponsor.
Yeah, it's not in their contract to actually plug them in, so when they put them in the door, I have to take them out again and plug in the 2 wires and then put them back in the door on the other, 7 that have to be done.
You know what else has to be done? The Segue to our sponsor. Almost literally anything else. This truly is the worst current chip. So, in it goes, into our motherboard. That is, after we look at this message from our sponsor. Bottom line, there are many reasons why a product might get a low review score, and after experiencing all of them for myself, it's safe to say, listen to the people who bought it before you did. And it's safe to say, listen to the Segue, to our sponsor. How bad would that be? And it's already completely bricked our video streams. Turns out, pretty bad. So if you want to improve your Wi-Fi at home, the answer is not to put an access point in every room. Though you know what you could put in every room? Wait, no, not that. Our sponsor. But who knows? Maybe if you show them this video, they might see how, if we all cooperate, there's enough wireless spectrum for everyone. And now for a word from our sponsor. Starting with what I got for 50 bucks. Look at this thing.
I don't know if you're supposed to do that.
And look at the screen. It's got this Segue to our sponsor. As for machines like this, well, if you don't know you need it, you don't need it. So you can put your oil prints money away.
Yeah, unless you're like a large language model oil prints.
Yeah.
Or a 3D rendering
Of
oil
an oil
prints.
prints.
Then it's great.
Just like our sponsor. So let's dive into everything that Apple announced, and I'll let you guys know what parts of the ecosystem I'm excited about and which ones are gonna have me missing my trusty Note 9. And I'm gonna dive into the Segue to today's sponsor. It still is a very closed ecosystem, and that's not for everybody. For the people who do like the ecosystem though, including myself, I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna have all the new devices linked down below. Now I just need to decide what color of iPhone 16 I want and how I'm gonna segue to our sponsor. Adjusting for inflation, this isn't even Sony's most expensive console, and with the serious lack of competition in both the gaming GPU space, not to mention the bigger lack of competition in the console space, I feel like this was sort of inevitable. Just like our sponsor. And I think that's exactly who Sony is targeting. David, are you gonna buy one?
Yeah.
Predictable. I can't say that I agree with the decision, but I can't control what people spend their paychecks on. What I can control is making sure they get their paychecks with this message from our sponsor. What about the units themselves? Do you need to spend $400 to get reasonable quality? What if you bought something secondhand for $4 or $40? Could it still print out this Segue to our sponsor? And for full color, you could be looking at several minutes per page. So if you're printing off a high quality photo, make sure to bring some reading materials with you to pass the time. What you could also do to pass the time is check out this message from our sponsor. I mean, surely it can't be 4K with support for HDR. Oh. Well, there's no way it supports high refresh rate gaming. Oh, okay, it does that too. I mean, but there's no way that it has a segue to our sponsor. Really?
Whoa. Okay, I just found something that's cheaper than this.
What?
And bigger.
Cheaper and bigger?
That's right. That's right.
Wait, we're gonna make a video about that, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Segue to our sponsor? So, we answered the title's question already. It's this because it's good. But what we haven't answered is what you should be buying, and that is a bit more complicated. Unlike this simple segue to our sponsor. And realistically, I could say the same about pretty much everything in front of me, except for the F710. If you're looking at one of these, no, stop it. It's time to retire, old man. And it's time for you to hear this segue to our sponsor.
Could have done better.
We need to take some amount of responsibility for this, I think.
Yeah, because you guys learned
These are
from
our
us.
people.
You've learned.
Their actions reflect on us to a certain degree. I'm sorry.
You know, just get help. like we do, from our sponsor.
But if I fail, there's no free retakes. They don't even offer a discount. My money is just gone, along with my reputation. So come along with me, and let's find out together if 20 plus years of figuring it out as I go has qualified me to do any more than just drop things and segue to our sponsor. There's enough of the desk actually open over there that you could theoretically, do something else on it.
Or I could just leave my Pokemon cards there.
The second we leave, she's gonna go back to cluttering. Chapman, you're gonna hold her accountable though, right?
For what duration of time? This can't be infinite.
Just like this infinite segue to our sponsor. Right now. And here it is. Everything from my waifu power supply to my View Edge monitor and high quality video card. There is one thing missing though. It's a segue. Oh no, here it is. To our sponsor. And while we're at it, the CPU cooler might be a diamond in the rough as well. We're sitting at 63 degrees right now. Now, arguably this is a game, not, the most demanding thing, but for 20 bucks, it's hard to complain. Just like it's hard to complain about this segue to our sponsor. The stakes really couldn't be higher here. As some of you may remember from my investment disclosure, I said that if Framework doesn't uphold the promises and commitments they made to me and our community, my breakup with them will be swift, absolute, and in public. You might also remember in that video, I segued to our sponsor. Hey, thank you very much, and as for the rest of you, let us know in the comments if you've had any experiences with Framework that you guys would like to share. And while you're down there, hey, maybe check out our sponsor.